What's up guys and girls, welcome back to another edition of The Cocktail Guy and another in my weekly playlist of classic cocktails versus my riffs. Now there exists a drink that embodies the very essence of joy, the patron saint of fun and the joyous expression of everything that is great about life. I am of course talking about the margarita. So to celebrate International Margarita Day, I thought I would share with you guys just a few of my riffs of this tequila heavyweight. So let's get cracking with drink number one of this video, the Classic Margarita. Okay guys, so as you can see, I have a range of ingredients here, including 3 of my favorite tequilas, as well as some homemade ingredients. Now, as always, the recipes will be below the post. But for the first drink, the Classic Margarita, I am going to be going with Cuervo's traditional Reposado tequila. We're going to be adding in 1.5 ounces, 45 mils. Of our Repo tequila. Some freshly squeezed lime juice. I'm going to be adding in 3/4 ounce. And then our triple sec or orange liqueur. Today I've gone with Cointreau. I'm also going to be adding in 3/4 ounce. Both around 22 ml. I'm just going to add some ice to the shaker and then we're going to give this a quick shake just to chill and dilute. There we go. Lovely. Okay, and then we are going to just double strain this into our glass. And the last thing, I've already pre-cut a lime wedge, which I'm just going to place on my rim, and there is my classic Margarita. Drink number one. Drink number two. This one is a modern day classic coming straight from San Francisco and traditionally replaces the orange liqueur, Cointreau or triple sec with agave syrup. Now the Tommy's Margarita, as it is known, is an absolute beaut of a cocktail. I can't tell you the amount of times I've drunk these at a bar into the late hours. Personally, I prefer mine straight up. I also like this with a salt room, but for a little bit of a change, today I'm going to shake mine, serve it over some cube ice in a rocks glass. I'm going to go with Ocho Reposado for this Tommy's. We're going to go in with 2 ounces, 60 mils. Keeping with our lime juice, we are going to go with 1 ounce, 30 mils. And the last ingredient is our agave syrup. And we are going to go in with 15 mils or 1/2 ounce. There we go. I'm just going to drop that in there just to get rid of all of the syrup. Perfect. Add our ice. There we go. And then we are going to give this, again like the classic, a very quick, short, sharp shake just to chill and dilute. Okay. Now I'm going to serve this over some cubes ice, as I said. Now I have already pre-garnished with a salt rim. To do this, all I've done is I've taken some of the lime husks that I've pre-juiced my limes with, just rimmed it around the outside of the glass and then just ever so slightly rolled it into some flake salt. And then I'm going to serve, as I said, this over cubes. There we go. And then last but by no means least, the garnish. And this time I've gone with just a lime wheel, which I'm just gonna dunk in there. There we go. Drink number 2, the Tommy's Margarita. That looks, I'm gonna enjoy that. Okay, margarita number 3, the Kaffir Lime Leaf Margarita. I absolutely love these little things. Here are the lime leaves here. Now this is a whole leaf. Looks like 2 leaves joined together. Well, it was 1 leaf. This is another one. These are absolutely amazing, so fragrant, used a lot in Thai cooking. Now I infuse a lot of spirits with these. I think they're absolutely delicious. I have already infused my tequila. Here it is here. And now for this cocktail, I have used El Rayo Plata, and I've infused 200 milliliters with 2.5 grams of Kaffir lime leaf. So not too much, infused it overnight, dropped it into a sealable container, left it to one side, forgot about it. The following day, just filtered it. Super simple. And what you end up with is this like grassy green tequila that's been infused with a Kaffir lime leaves. It is absolutely delicious. And all we're going to do for this cocktail riff is just shake this up. So here is my infused tequila. I'm going to go with 50 mils. Again, lime juice. 1 ounce, 30 mils. Orange liqueur, again, I'm going with Cointreau. I'm going to go 15. And again, as per the last drink, agave. Now I'm just going to go with 5 this time, so I don't want to add too much sweetness because we've already got it in the Cointreau. There we go. 5. Drop that in just to allow it to drain off. Give it a bit of a mix. Perfect. Okay, add our ice. There we go. Another shaken margarita, and this time I'm going to serve this one straight up. And I'm just going to garnish this with a lime leaf, and I take something that's quite small, I think. Let's use this little one. And all I'm going to do is going to fold this in half. I'm just going to score a little V so that we can just stick it, there we go, on the side of the rim. Perfect. And there is cocktail number 3, the Kaffir Lime Leaf Margarita. Okay, margarita riff number 4. So for this cocktail, we're going to change up the colour a little bit, and I have made my own liqueur. This is going to replicate the orange notes found in your Cointreau or your triple sec, and it has the addition of hibiscus. Now, in order to make this, all I have done is I've taken 150 milliliters of vodka, and to a sealable container, I have poured the vodka in, and then I have grated and zested in the zest of 1 orange and 1.5 grams of dried hibiscus tea. Sealed it, again left it to infuse overnight, and then I filtered it. Now, depending on the desired ABV of the liqueur that you want and the desired sweetness, I have then, after filtering this vodka, I have then reduced the ABV with some water and then sweetened it. Now, Cointreau, which it's intended to replicate, is a 40% or a 80 proof liqueur. So I've gone with roughly the same ABV. And then also I've added in approximately 20 grams per litre of sugar. So I've mix it all in, let the sugar dissolve, and then what we have is this beautiful kind of bright pink red hibiscus and orange liqueur, which we're going to put into our margarita. So, margarita number 4. I've gone with, again, I'm going to go with El Rayo's Plata. And we're going to go in with 50 mils. Some fresh lime juice, again, 1 ounce, 30 mils. Now I'm going to go in with the orange and hibiscus liqueur, 3/4 of an ounce, 22 mils. And then just to brighten those orange notes, I'm also going to be adding in some dashes of orange bitters. Now I've decanted my orange bitters into a Japanese dasher bottle, so I'm going to add in 5 dashes. There we go. Add our ice. Another shake. There we go. And again, I'm going to garnish this with a wedge of lime. Okay, and there we have margarita number 4. Margarita number 5. Okay guys, so far we've covered the classic margarita, the Tommy's Margarita, the KAFFIR Lime Leaf Margarita, and the Hibiscus Margarita. And so far, all of these have been super simple or easily to replicate. Now we're going to come to cocktail number 5. This is a cocktail that I added into my first cocktail book called the Stealth Margarita, and it uses a jalapeno infused tequila. So for those of you who like your margaritas slightly on the spicy side, this drink is epic. Now I've gone one step further with this cocktail and I've decided to milk wash my margarita. So essentially what we've got is a milk wash or a milk punch version of the Stealth Margarita. In order to make this cocktail, the first thing you're going to need to do is pre-infuse your tequila. I have some already here. Now in this bottle is what is left of 200 milliliters of tequila. Go with any tequila you like, but I've gone with Cuervo's Tradicional again for this recipe. And in there I have just added 5 grams of jarred chopped jalapeno peppers. The ones you buy in a shop that you make and you use in your fajitas. Super simple. Leave it to infuse overnight. The following day, just filter it. And what you end up with is, again, this kind of grassy green jalapeno infused tequila. And trust me, it is epic. Shake it in a classic margarita or just sip it as a spicy tequila and it is delicious. But for this version, we are going to milk wash our margarita. And here is the remnants of one that I have already done. Now this is a classic margarita. In here, we have our jalapeno infused tequila, our lime juice, and some milk. Now the process for milk washing, if you haven't already made a milk wash cocktail before, is super simple. All you need is 2 vessels. In the first vessel, you are gonna add 200 milliliters of your tequila. So the tequila that you've just made, add that into your first vessel, a jug, a shaker. Add in 80 milliliters of fresh juice into the first vessel. Into your second jug or shaker, add in 100 milliliters of milk. Now for this recipe, I've used almond milk. Obviously dairy works fine. The fattier the milk, the better, because what we are trying to achieve is a curdled effect. because what we will do is be adding the contents of the first shaker, the lime juice and the tequila, into our milk, and it will end up curdling. Now all I have done is I've left this to infuse for 3 hours. You can leave it to infuse for longer if you wish. The longer the process, the more curds that you will end up getting. And then I have filtered this through a coffee filter, and what we end up with is a very translucent looking margarita. And what we have left is the curds, the separation of the curdling of the milk. Now in here also is some lime husks, just because as I juiced my limes, I thought I'd quite like the zestiness of the husks in this drink as well. So I dropped everything into that second shaker, left it to infuse for a few hours, and then filtered it. And this is what we have left. And this is what is going to be the base of our cocktail. So, cocktail margarita number 5, milk washed stealth margarita. Actually, I'm going to use this as a stirring vessel. So, first thing we're going to do, this is a premix. So we are going to add 65 mils of my premix. Now in here is our clarified Jalapeño tequila, our lime, and our milk. But we're not going to stop there. We're also going to add into this 10 mils of elderflower liqueur. I've got a demi bottle here, just because I've never really needed a whole bottle of it. There we go. And that's going to add a nice kind of floral brightness to this cocktail. But also, I'm going to add in some Italicus bergamot liqueur as well. And I'm going to add in, again, 10 mil. There we go. So obviously the sourness is already in this cocktail, and the elderflower, the Saint Germain, and the bergamot from the Italicus, that's going to add the sweetness as well, which also brightens this cocktail. Give us a mix. You get the elderflower, you get the sweetness, you get the citrusy notes, you get the zest of the lime, also from the bergamot, from the Italicus, but you get that punch of that jalapeno. Lovely. Okay, so this is a stirred down margarita. So we've elevated our game slightly from our shaken cocktails, and now we're just going to simply stir. Now we're not going to stir this for too long, because obviously there's some dilution already in this cocktail thanks to the milk washing, the addition of the lime and the milk. There we go. That's enough. I don't want to stir it too much, because obviously the dilution is half in the drink already with the addition of the lime and the addition of the milk. And then I'm just simply going to strain this over some block ice. Now I have a large Cooper martini glass here, so I've added a couple of really nice clear chips of block ice in here. You can serve it with a block of ice in an old-fashioned glass. Alternatively, you can just serve this straight up. So here is my milk washed stealth margarita. Elderflower, bergamot, jalapeno, tequila, lime, almond milk. Looks like a beaut. And then I'm just going to zest this drink, I think. There we go, over the top of the glass, round the brim, and of course the stem. There we have it. Margarita number 5. The clarified milk washed stealth margarita. Okay guys, so we've come to the last of my riffs on the Classic Margarita, celebrating International Margarita Day, and I hope you've enjoyed them so far. The last cocktail we're going to be making is a stirred down, served up, sipping, quaffable, delicious clarified margarita using this beautiful clarified lime juice. All you're going to need to do to make this clarified lime juice is take 250 milliliters of fresh lime juice and add it to a pan over a low heat. Mix in 2.5 grams of agar-agar until it is dissolved. Take the pan off the heat and allow the liquid to cool, and then add it to a container or even an ice mold and drop it in the freezer until the juice has frozen. The following day, pop the frozen juice out of the molds, drop them into a coffee paper lined funnel and allow these blocks of lime ice just to melt. And as they melt, they will drip all the clarified concentrated lime water into your vessel beneath and holding back all of the fibrous parts of the lime that the agar has bound itself to. And what you end up with over time is this beautiful clarified lime juice, which we're going to use in our stirred down clarified margarita. So, eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Let's go with Ocho's Repo. I'm going to go with 60 mils, 2 ounces. I'm going to be adding in 3/4 ounce, 22 mils of Cointreau. Again, like a previous drink, I'm going to be adding in some orange bitters just because I want to brighten the orange flavors in this margarita. This time though, I'm only going to go for 3 dashes. And then I'm going to add in 1 ounce, 30 mils of my clarified lime. And then for just a hint of sweetness, I am just going to add in 1 bar spoon of agave. So this is a 2.5 mil bar spoon. There we go. Lovely. That clarified lime juice is so concentrated in flavor. It's almost like the agar has stripped back all of the fibrous parts of the juice as you've juiced the limes, and it's just only left you with the most intense flavor of clarified lime juice. It's beautiful. Okay, so we're going to add our ice. And then we're going to just give this a stir just to nicely chill and dilute this last drink. Okay, I'm happy with that. A little bit more, I think. There we go. And so, for our last margarita, we're going to strain this ever so gently and elegantly into our martini glass. Look at that. That is a margarita. How clear and how beautiful does that look? And so for the last touch, I'm just going to zest over the top of the drink with a coin of lime that I've just taken from a lime, and then around the brim, stem as always, and then just drop the coin of lime into your drink. And there we have it, guys. The last version of my riffs of margaritas for International Margarita Day. And there we have it. There we have, guys, a total of 6 margaritas, the classic and 5 riffs. I hope you guys enjoy International Margarita Day. Let us know what you guys have been drinking or what versions of a margarita you've been making at home. I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. I don't know which drink I'm going to end up cheersing with. Shall I go with the Stealth? Shall I go with the Clarified? I'm going to go with this one, I think. There you have it, guys. Enjoy International Margarita Day. If you have any comments or if you have any questions, drop your comments below the video as always. Give me a thumbs up if you like the content. If you haven't already done so, please do subscribe to this channel. And I shall see you guys in the next video. Until then though, cheers.